Yo, what's good? It's your boy Mike So Cold, and today we're making a dark ambient beat for Night Lovell. So if you've been sleeping on that dark underground sound, it's time to lock in, because it's going to be everywhere again. So in this video, I'm going to walk through it step by step how to construct this type of beat. So let's get into it. I first choose a granular key, and my aim for when choosing my first sounds is always to find something more the tune, more bending in the frequency. So this is what I came up with. Okay, so now that we chose the sound, we go to the mixer tab and we open up Fruity Convolver, and this right here is the key. If not, there's many keys, but this is my key. This is like one of my preferred keys of making anything sound ambient, any general sound, to give it that just atmospheric feel to it. So what you do is you go to Fruity Convolver, you go to the blur pink. So you hit blur pink, and then you take this knob, creak up the wet a little bit, and then I put on a little bit of an EQ just to adjust the frequencies, and then you get this. So that's a drastic change in the sound. After doing that, I make a new melody with what I just did in the key of C major, not C major, C minor, and that's what this sounds like. After making the melody, I then export it and I pitch it down an octave and I stretch it, and that's what this sounds like. Before I do that, I applied an EQ just to adjust the frequency a little bit, and that's how this sounds. Okay, so now that the primary sound is done, I opened up this phrase from Aesthetic Gloom's Human Remains kit. And I put Portal on it, put the wetness down a little bit. Overall mix, I turned the knob to 61%, just because I didn't want it hitting completely. I still wanted a little bit of the originality in there. And I shortened it as well as shortening the phrase, so it sounds more like a one-shot now rather than a phrase, and that sounds like this. That sounds hard. Okay, I see the vision. I recommend that everybody get this tool for sampling, and that's Serato Sampler. I added a vocal hook lead, and I sampled it myself, and for ambiance, I put on a Fruity Convolver for a little bit of reverberation, as well as Portal for additional effects. And this time I turned the wetness almost all the way down, just because I wanted it to be here, heard slightly. I don't want to take over what I already created with the sample. And that sounds like this. Alright, so from there, I completely flipped this shit. I completely manipulate the audio. I shorten it. Well, first of all, I rendered it as an audio clip, separate audio clip. From here, I shortened it to just one bar. I also pitched it down and I reversed it, which sounds like this. Ooh. Yeah, that's hard. I put on an EQ just to cut out some of the frequencies. I added a drum loop, and for that, I put a little bit of distortion on using Cymatic's Origin, as well as an EQ just to cut out the lows. Just because I wanted to tailor more to the high end. And that sounds like this. And you already know, what's a sample without a bass? So I added a thick Reese bass. Oof. Nah, it's about to sound insane. Once I get this final mix in for the samples, that sound insane. Alright, so this is how the full sample sounds. Ooh. Alright, you already know we gotta add some drums, so let's get into it. Alright, so first there's the hi-hats. Here's the hi-hats. I added an explosive snare. When it comes to snares, you need to find a snare that's gonna hit really hard with the bass. So every time the 808 cuts out, that snare just goes right in for the attack. Alright, next up I added the open hat. I'm not improvising too much on the drums, only because this is a tutorial. But I added this shaker perk in here. I added a distorted 808. You already know with that 808, you gotta add a really hard kick too. Just to make this a little bit more unique, I added this impact right here. It's gonna blend in really well with the kick and 808. And to top it all off, I added this drum fill. If you made it this far and enjoyed the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content. I just dropped a new loop kit, Mischievous Loop Kit, which contains this and 9 other high quality samples in the style of Lovell, Bones, and Suicide Boys, so be sure to check that out. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and we're about to play the full beat now, so tune in.